Hi, this is John with The Evolving World. Today I'm doing a video on a 2016 Fiat 500e. The color you see is Bianca Perla, also known as Pearl White, and this is on a black interior. This particular model has the eSport trim package, which consists of black wheels with orange accents, and it also has the black trim instead of chrome around the headlights, the turn signal, and the tail lights. Also, this particular model has the sunroof. So basically, I'm doing this review as kind of a supplemental review since I'm a 500e owner myself. And actually, if you want to see a more detailed review, please check out my owner's review of my 2014 Fiat 500e, which is very similar. I get into a lot more detail about things. This is more of a supplemental video where I'm just kind of showing the differences of what makes the 2016 different than all the prior years. And I'm also going to just show you things like how the eSport trim looks different than the non-eSport trim. And also just getting into detail like about the sunroof, how the sunroof functions, and how that's a little bit different and kind of unique on EVs. Also, I'm going to get into like my impressions of how I feel about the car now that I've modified my car. Since I've owned my car for almost 2 years now, and I've modified it slowly and incrementally over the last couple of years. So it's kind of nice to have fresh thoughts about how the car is before being modified and how it is after. So in other words, just the stuff that's new and just the stuff that I didn't cover last time. Oh, wow. This is pretty tight back here. Move these headrests up a little bit. It's tighter than I remember. See, one of the problems with the electric version of this car is you lose a little bit of head or a little bit of foot room down here. Get this elevated floor. So it makes your knees kind of like this is how you're sitting right here. Not the most pleasant place to be. Legroom itself is probably adequate for kids, but it's just mostly just the lack of being able to put your feet down. I mean, your knees are all up. There's actually foot room, I guess. I should say there's foot room, but there's not knee room. Good place for kids, and that's about it. So one of the biggest differences from all the different model years for 2013, 14, 15, and 16, everything after 16 and later are the same, at least for the first generation car, at least until the second gen car comes out. So the only difference is, you might be wondering, what's the difference between the 13, 14, 15, and 16? Okay, so I'm going to just go over it real quick. So for 13, it had one armrest like that. For 14, it had an additional armrest. And then for 15, they changed the cup holder design down here. You can see how it's it is what it is. If you look at the older ones, I'll insert my own car in this thing and see how the difference is. Everything else is pretty much the same with the cup holder positions. It's just they changed this console area. Down here is like a little different. And this one has a different level of cup holder, and then it has this USB and aux in down here, and it's different in here as we have just USB charge only, no aux in. On the 15, 14, and 13 there's a little shelf right here that you can put your device in and plug in your aux, and then also your USB right here. So that's basically how it's different That's for 15, and then from 16 onwards, as we already described here, we've got the integrated display now with the nav, which I thought would be dramatically better. It's well, it's better in the sense that it's not blocking your view looking out, but otherwise it's not really all that much better. Actually, it's kind of disappointing. It doesn't really do everything I thought it would do. It doesn't really add any features or anything. And then another thing that they added from 15, they added a couple colors, and then the blues, and then for 16 they changed, like I said, they added this, but they also they changed the interior design. So this is a black car, and it has a black interior design, and so it has white stitching, white down here, but they on the white cars, the white interior cars, unlike the formerly, like my 14 and 15 and 13s, the white interior is actually not that white anymore. It has just, I'll try to do a filming of that interior, insert that in here, but you'll notice that it's just white up here only. And then there's a little bit of white, I think, down here. It's just totally different. It's not as cool as the earlier cars. The earlier cars had an integrated, or at least I mean, it had more white in it, you know, and it looked like it was actually all kind of going and matching and everything. And then, like, they changed it for 16. They kind of dulled it all down and made it different. So it's kind of disappointing. Also, one of the nice things about these cars, unlike most EVs, is that we have one of these guys as an option, which is pretty nice. You can actually just go in here and one click to do tilt, and then opens really quickly. You don't lose any headroom or anything either because it goes on the outside. Closes really super fast. It's nice. We have a little screen here. So that's, in my experience with these type of screens, they're not always the best for hot climates, but it's better than nothing. In a really hot climate, you know, when you have that sun beating down, it's probably still going to pierce through this. So that could have been better, but at least have something. Something's better than nothing. So of course, the driving experience is one of the nicest things about this car. It's just so pleasant to drive. Drive it pretty fast. Handles really nice. It flies around corners. One of the lighter EVs on the market. Oh, this is very nice. Pretty much all the differences. There's not a whole lot different. They didn't change it a whole lot other than the things I described. That's pretty much it. It's nice that you can get the car with the sunroof. There's no other EVs that do that other than the Teslas. I think the Kia Soul has a nice sunroof as an option, and that's about it. Most EVs at this current time that don't really have sunroof options for whatever reason. Probably because it adds weight. I imagine this adds weight as well, so it's probably slightly slower than the non-sunroof version. But that's about it. But then you have the nice glass roof here, which is actually quite nice, especially on a nice sunny day like today. In the wintertime, when you want to be able to look out, but you want to enjoy the view. Okay. So one of the nice things about these cars is they have a real easy charging indicator right here, so you can kind of see where you're at. There's 5 bars here. When you get a solid bar, it's 21%. When that goes solid, it's 41, then 61, 81, and then 5 is like 100%. So you won't see 5 very often. It'll be right when it's fully charged. So if we put the key in ignition here, turn this on. Okay, so the radio comes on. I hate that. That's annoying. Okay, so it shows you where we're at. So we're just over, it's about 26% or so. That's what we're at. So it's another nice thing about these cars too, is you can see what the percent of charge is. It's very important to know. I expect that in all EVs. Not all of them have that, or not all of them do it this way. Well, this is nice. After doing a little looking here, I kind of found out that you can turn on or off the auto on radio. So that's cool. Right here. That's new. You couldn't do that before. Well, before it didn't do it at all. Before the 2016, it didn't do any radio on off. It always stayed off. There was no option, but now you have the option, so that's good. You can also have a radio off with door. That's going to do it for this review of a 2016 Fiat 500e. I hope you found it useful and helpful. Please like and subscribe if you did. Many more videos to come.